Brilliance Audio presents Muffin Top by Avery Flynn. Performed by Savannah Peachwood and Brian Polino. Nothing good ever happened when the captain asked Frankie Hartigan to come into his cramped office at the back of the firehouse and close the door. Frankie ran the last few calls through his head. It had to be about the asshole with the Jag. They'd had a warehouse fire down by the docks, and this knucklehead had parked right in front of the hydrant. Really, the guys didn't have a choice but to bust the car's windows and run the line to the hydrant through there. The rich dipshit had pitched a royal fit, right up until Frankie had come over, straightened his entire 6'6" frame, and asked him if there was a problem. There hadn't been. Shocker. "Have a seat, Hartigan," the captain said as he sat down behind a desk overloaded with paperwork and manuals, and, rumor had it, a computer untouched by human hands. Frankie looked around. Captain O'Neill's office always needed its own hoarders episode, but today it looked worse than usual. There was shit everywhere. The two chairs in front of the desk were filled with half-empty boxes. Old standard operating procedure manuals were stacked 4 feet high against the wall, and the coveted Firefighters vs. Cops rivalry trophy from last year's charity hockey game had the place of honor on top of the tower. Even if Frankie wanted to sit down, there wasn't a place to do it. So he did what he always did when he got brought in for a good reaming out. He stayed standing. "I'm good." The older man sat there, staring at Frankie from under 2 bushy gray eyebrows so fluffy they looked like they were about to take flight. "Is there anything you'd like to tell me before I start, Hartigan?" Frankie did the walk down memory lane again, and came up with only one possibility. He'd been a fucking angel lately. At 33, he really must be mellowing with age. "Is this about the dipshit with the Jag?" "Oh, you mean the one who plays golf with the mayor? The one who needs 2 new windows and a fresh detail?" O'Neill gave him a hard, steely glare that lasted for all of 30 seconds. "That little prick got exactly what he deserved, which is what I told the fire commissioner when he called to take a chunk out of my well-endowed ass." "Well, that's the only thing I can think of. And if it wasn't that, then why in the hell was he in what amounted to the principal's office at Waterbury's Firehouse No. 6? "Good," O'Neill said with an ornery chuckle. "You never know what someone will confess to when you start off that way."
The temptation to say, "Yes, Frankie, please squash him like a bug while I clap and watch," was so strong. Like the guys who pull semi-trucks with their teeth strong. Instead, she played along with her best friend's fiancé's brother. OMG, that was now the name of her imaginary all-girl ska band. And smiled sweetly up at him. "He was bothered by my dinner order, honey." "Really?" Frankie looked down at her plate, over to the dipshit, and then right at her. There was no missing the devil in his eyes right before he turned his attention back to the other man. "What's wrong with what my girl's eating?" Mr. In Her Business blanched, literally. The color drained out of his face so fast that he resembled one of those swipe right before and after photos on makeover blogs. How in the hell she managed to not laugh out loud, she had no frickin' clue. Nothing," the man stuttered. Nope, he was not getting off that easily. She looked up at Frankie, still standing next to her chair, his big hand braced on the back of it, and said in the clueless voice that anyone with a brain would know meant there was danger ahead. "He said I should have ordered a salad. Then I might have a chance to move from a 5 to an 8. I'm a 5 because I have great tits." Thunderous didn't begin to describe the dark look of pure vengeance that crossed Frankie's face, making even the freckles that crossed over the bridge of his nose look scary. Mr. Buttinsky made a little squeaking noise that reminded Lucy of the sound of air coming out of a balloon when someone pulled the tip taut as it was deflating. Frankie took a step forward, menace vibrating off of him in waves. The other guy didn't bother to say a word. He just took off, weaving his way at a fast clip through the crowded bar and out the front door. Lucy liked to imagine that he peed his pants a little as he did so.